Hi everyone and welcome to Llamaste Family Yoga Center. I'm your teacher Bill and I'm going to be taking you through a practice that's both short and you're going to feel maximum flexibility and especially in the core area which we're going to concentrate on. And you're going to do this in a very short amount of time. Because ever have those days where you feel really pressed for time? You try and decide between a yoga practice, which is roughly about an hour usually, or a trip to the gym, which could take even longer. When you go there, you change into your gym clothes, and back, and shower. And you just want to get a full workout in. And all you're trying to get in is a full workout so you can get back to work or rush to school to pick up your son or daughter. So we're going to do a small amount of poses. We're going to take our time in each pose and hold them, and holding each pose for a certain amount of breaths. And it's going to be focused on your core area. So let's begin. Close your eyes, take full deep belly breaths, in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathe in strong through your nostrils and out through your mouth. Pushing the oxygen all the way to your brain and all around, nourishing your organs. As you inhale, you breathe in new energy. Exhale, you eject all the toxins and old energy that you no longer need. Let's now come down on our hands and knees, preparing for cow poses. Inhale, arch your lower back, and exhale, round your back. Inhale, arch your lower back. Bring your shoulders back, your tailbone up, gazing up, and exhale, rounding. And for one more cat-cow, inhaling, arching your back, and exhaling, rounding. Let's inhale. Send your right arm out in front and your left leg in back. Inhale for a deep breath. Reach your elbow into the opposite knee and exhale. Back out. Inhale. Reach your arm out to the side and back. Exhale. Bring your left ankle into your right hand and arch your lower back using the resistance of your ankle to stretch your shoulder, using the resistance of your shoulder to stretch your ankle towards the back of your head. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale two. Inhale, exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale. Bring everything back to the mat and shake everything out. Inhale, reach your left arm out in front, your right leg back. And exhale, inhale, bring your left elbow in to meet your right knee, and exhale, send everything back out, pointing the toes on your right foot. Inhale, reach over to the side, and exhale, bend your right knee, and grab the top of your foot or your ankle into your left hand. Bring your right shoulder over your wrist, and notice how your lower back feels. Inhale and exhale. You can press your toes into the mat, you can rest the top of your foot. Feel a deep stretch in your lower back. Engage your core. And use the force of your ankle to stretch your shoulder, and your shoulder to bring your ankle, the bottom of your foot, towards the back of your head. Inhale for one more deep breath. Exhale and bring everything back to the mat and shake everything out. Let's inhale. Press your toes into the mat and exhale into a downward facing dog. Let's pedal our knees, activating our hip flexors, getting ready for our next pose. And this is one we're going to hold. So now inhale, come forward into a high plank, and hold for a few rounds of breath. Notice where your elbows are, they're directly above your wrists. Allow your back to grow straight and long. Drive your heels all the way to the back of the mat. Notice when you drive your heels back, this adds length to your back, and gaze towards the front of your mat. I'm gazing at the llama face on my mat. Inhaling, exhaling. Engage your core, inhale. And exhale. Inhale for more deep breath. And exhale. Inhale, bring your knees down to the mat, your chest and chin. And exhale. Now let's inhale, coming up into a cobra pose. I'm going to hold this for a few breaths. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat. And bring your shoulders up and back, gazing towards the front of the room. And once again, engage your core. Support your lower back. Bring your shoulders back. Your elbows should be pressed into your side. And focus on the muscle of your lower back, using that to deepen your stretch. Inhale for a deep breath and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And for more deep breath, inhale. Exhale, next inhale. Come down to your hands and knees. And exhale into a downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time because I like to walk the plank. So inhale, come forward, your shoulders over your wrists, the eyes of your elbows should be facing each other. This is where your elbow bends. Drive your heels back, gazing down your neutral neck, lengthen your back. Continue to breathe, finding a few rounds of breath, never sacrificing your breath for the glory or the challenge of your pose. Inhale, bring your knees, chest and chin to the mat. And exhale, inhale. Bring your shoulders and chest forward and up into a baby cobra. And exhale into a downward facing dog. And pedal your knees. We're going to do another pose here. So now I'm going to add a little to this plank. And you can do this in two ways. So let's inhale. Come forward over your wrists. And we're going to do and exhale. Bring your right leg up. Point your toes. You flex them. And allow your shoulders to come over your wrists. Another variation of this, you can come down on your forearms into a sphinx or a low plank. And inhale and exhale. When you're in the sphinx, make sure your forearms are parallel to each other. Your fingertips are facing the front of your mat. And if you're in the sphinx, inhale and come back into a plank. And now let's come forward. Let's keep our right leg up and come down, chest, chin. And inhale into a baby cobra. Keeping your right leg up. And exhale into a downward facing dog, one leg. Bring your right leg down. And let's shake our knees. And now it's the same on the left side. Inhale, come up into a high plank. And lift your left leg off the mat. I'm going to go into a sphinx plank, a low plank. Your forearms parallel to each other. Bring your elbows in. And engage in your core. Notice how that feels. Remember, this isn't about holding your breath, but holding your pose. Inhale, return to a high plank. And let's exhale. Bring your left knee, chin, chest to the mat while keeping your left leg elevated. Inhale into a baby cobra. And exhale into a three-legged downward facing dog. Let's bring your left knee down and pedal your knees, driving the opposite heel into the mat. Now let's come down to our hands and knees and come over onto your sit bones. So we're transitioning from the front to the back. Lie down on your back, knees to your chest, back from side to side. This is great for your lower back. Now let's come on up onto our sit bones, coming into a bow pose. Allow your shoulders, your arms to come over the side of your knees. You put your feet together slightly apart and bring your head back. Hold this pose for a few breaths. If you want, you can lower your legs and bring your body up. Move your body from side to side. There's so many different variations of this, and each one's more challenging than the next. You're ready to inhale. Come back and bring your knees into your chest. Bring your feet back down and windshield wipe your knees. And let's prepare for a bridge pose. If you have this part of the practice too, you can do a wheel pose. Now let's bring your arms to the side and bring your sit bones up. Your shoulder blades underneath your back. So you're resting entirely on your shoulder blades. Your neck is completely off the mat. Bring your heels close to your buttocks for a deeper bridge. Inhale for a deep breath and exhale, pushing your hips up into the air. Engage your core, supporting your lower back. Notice a nice back bend. Inhale and exhale. Your quads. Engaging your quads and parallel to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, and one more deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Bring your sit bones back down and windshield wipe your knees. And let's prepare for another bridge pose or a wheel pose if you did. Or if you didn't do a wheel pose yet, feel free to give yourself that gift. Inhale, push your sit bones up. Pressing the low, put your feet down and tuck your shoulder blades underneath your back. Inhale and exhale, pushing your hips up, engaging your quads so parallel to the mat. Inhale and exhale, using that exhale to bring your hips up into the air. Back your head is on the mat and your neck is completely off the mat. Inhale, exhale, one more deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Let's do a couple more breaths actually. Inhale, bring your hips back down to the mat. And bring your feet down to the mat. Rocking your hips. Send your legs out for full deep body stretch. Inhale and exhale. Let's go to the side and up into a seated position. Let's bend both knees, bring them down to the side, and bring your heels as close to your groin area as you can. Notice where your elbows are. Try to bring your elbows to just underneath your knees to the shin. Inhale, bring your shoulders back, and exhale, come down into your bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. Inhale, slightly releasing, exhaling, deepening your bend. Inhale, slight release. Exhale, deepening. Allow your hips to come forward. If you have blocks, you can place them under your knees for support. Inhale and exhale, engage your core. Actually, I find it's better than crunches or sit-ups. On next inhale, allow yourself to come up. Exhale, onto your hands and knees. Inhale for deep breath, and exhale into a downward facing dog. Let's pedal on knees. Drawing the opposite heel into the mat. Now let's slowly walk our feet into our hands. You can walk your hands towards your feet. Into a forward fold. Allow your forehead to hover over your elbows. Or you bring your hands down and tuck your fingers under the balls of your feet. Rocking side to side. Engaging your core. Lengthening your lower back. Or when you contract your stomach muscles, your back automatically lengthens. Go from side to side, clockwise, counterclockwise. And now, allow yourself to come up one vertebrae at a time. Come to a standing position. And now we're going to step our foot back, our left foot back, right foot forward, coming into our warrior one pose. Bring your right knee above your ankle and your biceps alongside your ear. Pivoting your left foot out so it's a 45-degree angle. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach your left hand back, your right arm over your ear. And now bring your right arm to meet your left, interlacing your fingers, and exhaling, coming down into a humble warrior pose. Allow the crown of your head to come alongside your arch. Your shoulder blades coming up. Always making sure your knee is directly above your ankle. And your left foot is turned out at a 45-degree angle. 5 free rounds of breath here, inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, forward breath, exhale. And now inhale. Come back. Keeping your right knee bent. Interlacing fingers back. Now come into a peaceful reverse warrior. Inhale, bring your hands down to the mat. I'm stepping back. I'm going to do a vinyasa here. And exhale, inhale. Exhale, lowering down. Pressing tops of your feet. Come up into an upward facing dog. An upward facing dog, your elbows come in. Your elbows are directly above your wrists, your shoulders. And your shoulders are back. And your knees off the mat, the tops of your feet onto the mat. Find a few rounds of breath, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale, 2. Bring your elbows in to out. Allow your shoulders to come back. Engage your core, support that deep back bend. Inhale for deep breath. And exhale into a downward facing dog. Let's bring our feet in towards our hands, inhaling. Floating to the top of your mat. And exhaling to a forward fold. Inhale. Reverse swan your arms up. And exhale, Tadasana. So now let's prepare for our next sequence. Inhale, step your right foot forward. And your left foot back. Pivoting your toes out to the side at a 45-degree angle. And bring your biceps alongside your ears for warrior one. Sink your knee. Sink into that knee. Noticing that where your knee is, that's above your ankles. Take stability. And then your leg is straight, but your back knee is soft too. Inhale for a deep breath. And exhale. Inhale, reach your right arm back. Left arm alongside your ear. And exhale. Bring your hands together to meet. Interlacing your fingers. Bring your shoulders back and coming down into a humble warrior. on the left side. Allow the crown of your head to come towards the mat. Alongside the arch of your foot, some people can get the head all the way down. Extend your shoulders up. Engage your core. Lengthen your back. Focusing on your breath always. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, allow yourself to come up. Coming back into a peaceful warrior. Keeping your left knee bent. And exhale, pivoting back down on the mat. Milling your hands back down. Coming into a high plank. Let's hold this for a couple of breaths. Inhaling and exhaling before going to vinyasa. Now inhale and exhale, chaturanga. Elbows alongside. Inhale, upward facing dog, holding here for a few rounds of breath. Bring your shoulders back, elbows along your side. Press the tops of your feet to the mat, curl your toes inward. Lift your knees off the mat, gazing forward. Inhale for one more deep breath and exhale for downward facing dog. Let's now walk or float to the top of your mat. Inhaling, exhaling to a forward fold. Inhale, reverse one your arms up. And exhale to the side. I'm not going to face the front so you can see me. And we do one of my favorite core poses. This is going to be one of the last standing one.
So I'm going to roll my pants up a little bit, so I find it much easier to put my foot against my skin rather than fabric.
So begin to shift your weight onto your left side. And bring your right knee in towards your chest. Inhaling. Take your time doing this. And place the sole on the inside of your left thigh. Bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. Always make sure it's either above or below the knee. You reach your arms up, apart, and put your hands together. Try closing your eyes for a challenge. Imagine a string is drawing you up into the sky. Bring your arms to the side, to the center. You're ready, bring your right knee in and down and shake both legs out. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. Begin to plan to weight onto your right side, shifting your center of gravity of your right. And then bring your left knee up and bring your left foot against your right thigh. Bring your hands to heart center in prayer. There's different variations in this. You can bring your foot down to your ankle or on your shin below your calf below the knee, never on the knee. Your knees are very sensitive. You want to protect them. Or you can even put your foot on the ankle, your toes on the floor. You may find that one leg is stronger than the other, that you have more balance on one, that's okay. Most of us have a stronger side. If it's the right side, some on the lefty, some on the extras. Focus, find a drishti, focal point. You're ready, turn your left knee in.
And bring your leg back down to the mat.
Let's now come down on the mat, returning to where we were before. And you can vinyasa your way down and just allow yourself to come down. And onto your sit bones. Bring your knees into the chest.
And now move from side to side and up and down, clockwise, counterclockwise, massaging the muscles of your lower back. Feet to the mat. I'm going to prepare for shoulder stand, and if you've been doing this in practice for a long time, for many years, without assistance, I invite you to give yourself this gift. So if you're ready, begin the plow pose, and bring your knees over your forehead.
Setting your sit bones up. And tucking your shoulder blades in your back, lifting your neck off the mat. If you can, bring your toes all the way down And now come up into your shoulder stand, engaging your core, and pressing your fingers, your hands on your lower back, your fingertips towards the ceiling. Hold this for as long as you like. Your back of the head can rest on that. Your neck needs to be completely off. That's a very delicate bone too. When you're ready, bring your knees in towards your forehead. Once again, coming into a cloud. Your knees alongside your ears. And slowly roll yourself back down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Send your arms in, your hands around the bottom of your feet. We're coming to the end of our practice into happy baby pose. Bring your feet together. Your legs back down, your arms out, your legs out for full body stretch. Making your final adjustments to Savasana, your final resting pose. You can stay in Shavasana for 10 minutes. 8 to 10 minutes is usually ideal. 5 is fine. If you only do 3, that's fine too. It's all quality, not quantity. Focus on your breath. It's a great practice to have a towel that you can put over you. This helps keep the energy in. And breathe in and out. Relaxing. Give yourself a minimum of 3 minutes in here. And when you're ready to seal your practice, roll over onto your side and onto your sit bones. And give yourself thanks and congratulations. Thank you for practicing with me today. Llamaste.